Hey guys, so I have these packages here. I actually bought a full set of these. These are called the Pass in Sicily series MJD action figure blind box dolls. I ordered them off of Kika Goods. So originally I did order off of AliExpress, but for some reason when they shipped it out to Canada, it got picked up by this company called Dragonfly shipping company, and apparently because they're different from Canada Post, they couldn't ship it to Canada Post, obviously, because it's a completely different company. And I tried to change where it was going to be shipped to, which is kind of sketchy all in all, because they actually did let me change the address, and but the problem is with that is that for security reasons, a lot of post office don't allow you to do that unless you're actually the sender, not the receiver. So first off, that was weird. Second of all, they didn't have a actual warehouse that I could pick it up at instead, so just leaving it there and picking it up. So I don't know what's going on with that company, but anyways, I was asking for the seller for a refund constantly, and they denied me, and I think they did send it out again, and this time it did get to Canada Post. So I do have another one that's probably coming in, and unfortunately that means I have multiple now. And the reason why I originally ordered off of AliExpress is because it's cheaper. It was $130 Canadian. As for this, all in all, including this special one, I paid around 250 something at least. It's not too bad, it's just quite expensive, but it is everything is legit. I ordered off of Kika Goods. The only thing I saw about reviews is that they say they make the dolls, but they're just like a store that sells them online for the blind box dolls and everything. So that being said, I don't know in terms of how reputable that is, in terms of they say they make them but then they don't. So yeah, apparently the blind box dolls could be made from different companies and stuff like that. But anyways, this one was so altogether I paid 250 something, but in terms of, so the prices I'm gonna say now are American. So the 250 is actually Canadian. So I'm just gonna tell you the prices in American because the site doesn't convert it right away. So it's $28.99 per box USD. 2 pieces is $57.98, so you can get a 2-piece bundle. 4 pieces the whole set, you can get it for $115.96 USD, and you can get the secret one, the hidden one, which is the Caucasian Shepherd character, and that hidden one alone is $33.99. So you can actually buy the secret on its own, so that way you can save money rather than just constantly buying a whole bunch of boxes. Anyways, that's all that I have to say because that's way too much already. But yeah, this is what the box looks like separately. Now there are 5, but it's very rare to get this one. So this is the Caucasian Shepherd character that I wanted, but it was separate. So I ended up buying it separately than buying multiple boxes because that would be too expensive. So he's 1 in 72 chances. These are all 1 in 4 chances though, so I'll probably get all of them in here. Yeah, overall, I was very fascinated by these. Normally, I don't like all of the blind box situations and stuff like that that's going on because it's super expensive, and also it's technically gambling in a way, what you get and everything. For this, I like buying them all together so that way you're getting the full set, but I don't like buying them separately. I saw Sakoshi Mart was selling them for separate too, but they're $75 each. They were marked up $75 Canadian each because they were marked up because it's Sakoshi Mart is acting as a middleman to sell them. So yeah, and also sometimes they take the blind boxes out of the full case, so I don't know what is a full case sometimes. So in the end I ended up not buying from them, and also they were selling out anyways, so I didn't bother. So this guy I'm gonna save for later, but let's look at the actual case here. It's super pretty, I have to say. So these are MJD dolls, which are actually like the it stands for the mechanical jointed dolls. Basically, they're similar to action figures, but I guess you can relate them to dolls that are like, what is it? Like Barbie dolls or like Monster High dolls, like the dolls that you can buy in like stores like Walmart and stuff like that. Those are technically mechanical jointed as well, which are similar to action figures, which I'm used to. However, these come with fabric clothing rather than the clothing being sculpted on. So normally for like what is it, action figures, like I collect action figures more. Normally for those, their clothing will be sculpted on and made out of like the plastic. As for these are actually interchangeable with clothing and everything like that. But these are probably going to be more doll material like, rather than the action figures, which have like, I feel like action figures sometimes have a more sturdy feel to them. But either one can break, so you have to be careful. So yeah, but I was interested because there are BJD dolls, which are also ball jointed dolls, which are they're held up by elastics inside. As for these guys, these are MJD, so they're completely different, which is the mechanical ones, the mechanical jointed ones. So that's why I really wanted them. Apparently they go by 1/8 scale, but I'm trying to convert things to inches and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was even asking my friends too, and apparently they don't know. So dolls go by different scales. It's always like 1/6, 1/8, 1/10, 1/12, but I'm not too familiar with the scaling, so if you guys know how to convert it to like inches or centimeters, please let me know, because honestly, I normally go by like inches, because action figures actually go by inches when it comes to scaling for the most part, so I'm not too sure what 1/8 means. I was gonna buy like different clothing since I got like another set and it's coming anyway, so I have no choice, and I'm not gonna pay for like shipping back, so yeah, and plus it's not a guaranteed like refund or anything, so yeah. But I am excited for this. I'm not gonna rip everything for like the display thing. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna save the secret one for last because I use a special one anyways, so bear with me because the stand isn't like super stable, because I'm actually using boxes and this is not a table. This is actually a bed, so I apologize. But yeah, so these again are the 5 ones you can get, and there must be a code or something that they're going by to know that this is an actual secret one, so I don't know, but it's got a holographic sticker for that it's a legit one, and the artwork is super pretty for these. This series is one of the only series that I saw that was mainly male characters, and it was like more realistic proportions. I did search other ones, and there's a lot of BJD dolls where they're more chibi-esque, and even though they're male characters, so I decided not to get those ones. I prefer like the regular proportions, and I think putting them next to my action figures would be nice, but I need to figure out like the scaling. So this is the first one. I'm not sure if there's like any specific order, if you like pick from the box, whether or not there's a specific order that they're in. But I was super excited to see something like this because I've never had like this type of characters before. Oh my, there's so many things. Okay, so first off, I don't know if I'm going to be doing separate videos because there's quite a few things on these. So this guy has some plastic. Oh, so cute. So this one is Luciano, and he's some sort of white dog. It doesn't say what type of dogs they are here, but I think online you can find out. So their heads do go 360 and up and down too. Eyes are super pretty. I think I heard you can actually change their eyes, like you can open up this part. I'm not going to because I don't want to break anything. The sculpt of like the back muscles and like the abs are really nice too. And then yeah, so they go up and down. You can bend his elbows. He's got wrist joints too, which are really nice. And I heard something crack. That's not good. Okay, so his legs can bend pretty high. And then he's got knees. I think they're similar to double jointed because they can bend this far. And then he does have an ankle joint too. His foot can go up and down. I'm just going to be very careful. And then his feet. They do have the nice detailing for the toes too. He has a microphone headset on his ear. I don't think... Maybe it's detachable, but I don't want to remove it. But yeah, also got a torso part too as well, which is really nice. You can twist pretty far. I don't know how delicate these are to compare to the figures that I have because they're different types of plastic. Apparently some of these plastics though, the skin tones, they're so light that Kikuga says if they wear black clothing for prolonged times, they could potentially stain. There's ways where they're saying like soak the clothing in baking soda or something for a couple minutes, like 30 minutes or so, but I don't want to do that, so I'm not too sure what I will do, but I'll see, like, if they need to wear different clothing, they can wear different clothing. So, there's so many things. Okay, I don't even know where to start. So this is his boots. Yes, his ears are magnetic, and then he has this part, which is actually something he wears on his chest piece. Here is the pamphlet. It is all in, oh, I guess I can see this. It's 17 centimeters, so I can convert that to inches. That's not that bad. It does tell you the articulation points. It's all in Chinese, though, so I would have to translate, but from the pictures I can tell what it's saying. And yeah, it's nice that they have these because I was confused what 1/8 scale was to begin with, because I know dolls have like different scaling compared to like figures. So this is Luciano's card. It's so pretty. Like, this is actually really glossy. So I don't know if I will take 10 years to put this on. So I will actually be back and show you the figure all dressed, because I don't want to like do it on camera and then take 10 years. Also, I don't know how long this video is going to be because it seems like everything might take a long time to do. So yeah. Okay, so a couple things. It took a while to get on like all the clothing because his fingers and his toes kept getting stuck, but they were soft plastic anyway, so they were fine. The cuffs of the sleeves have elastics on them to be like tight fit and to look a certain way, so his fingers actually got stuck on those and I had to slowly like pull them out. I even had to like push back these frills to go and do it. But yeah, I didn't know that his tail was supposed to go on first before his pants, so I actually had to pull every, like, the elastic for his tail, because his tail is actually on, like, this loop of an elastic that you put over his waist, basically, so I had to pull it up all the way through when I had the pants on already, which was fine. This fur boa will be shedding on the pants for sure though, but everything looks super pretty. The ribcage accessory is soft plastic, so it's fairly easy to put on. The fur boa is elastic, so it's not that bad. And yeah, his ears are magnetic, as I said, and then his boots were like really soft rubber, like a really soft silicone, so they were easy to get on. They didn't get stuck on the toes. The only thing that got stuck on the toes were like the pants because how like form-fitting they are, but everything else looks really great. I really like these, but I don't know how delicate they are. They don't feel that delicate, but I think because they're pretty small, they feel a little bit soft. But the plastic is different from like having like action figures, so I need to get used to it. He does have other hands, but I don't think I will change them out unless I really want to give him something to hold, because honestly the frills for this costume, like this clothing that he has, it's kind of like in the way of the hands anyway, so you don't really get to see them unless I want to like have him hold something. But other than that, I think it's really cute. The tail is like wired too, so you can bend it a certain way if you want. I did have to finick with the collar though to get it under the actual, what is it, his hair, because the way that the hair was, it looked much better with the like collar under it, so I did that. But other than that, the clothing is really nice. It doesn't look super, what is it, tacky or cheesy like other clothing that you can see on dolls. But yeah, other than that, I think this is really great. Like, these are actually pretty good. So I'm gonna set him aside. And we'll go for another one, because I want to open another one. So here's this one. Yeah, definitely I had to do it off camera because it took me way too long to figure out everything, honestly. But again, a lot of things are finicky. I think the worst though is like the MJD dolls, because they're actually attached to elastics, like their joints. And if you lose certain elastics, like when removing the hands and stuff, you actually have to fish them out, and it's like super annoying from what I've seen. So these probably are better like if you need to remove the hands, because they're removable. They do look easier. I guess I could have removed the hands, come to think of it, but I just put it on anyways like that. But yeah, so this one is, oh, it's so cute. Okay, this one is the one that's on the box, the one with the big ears. Oh, I really like this one. Don't know if he's a cat though. He might be one, but I think they're dogs. I think they're all supposed to be dogs technically, but he kind of looks like a cat because his tail is supposed to be long. Anyways, let's take him out. And of course all the hands have to like come out like that. Okay, I'm just gonna deal with that later. I probably won't show them with different hands because it's taking forever. So yeah, so this one, he has a like really pretty gradient for his like hair, so he goes from like this black to like a brown color. And yeah, I think you can remove these and you can put their change the eyes out, because the eyes are removable. It's just I'm not gonna bother doing that. But yeah, some of them do have defects according to online, so I'm wondering if this is kind of defective, because he kind of looks like he has an issue with like his hair, but it's fine. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. But some of them apparently do have defects, so just watch out for that. I guess the quality control isn't always there, but it seems like they're pretty good. I'm gonna set him here. So he's got different shoes. His ears. I'll deal with his hands later. But this is his card. It's Marcelo. Oh, super pretty. Okay. And they all come with instruction guides, which is good. I think if you're a new collector, it's nice. And also, if you only get one or two or a couple, that means you still get an instruction guide about like the joints and stuff, which is really nice. So yeah, so I'm gonna go and put the clothes on him, and then we'll see from there, because It's pretty finicky, but to be honest, I can't complain. Like, it's pretty simple and straightforward to put everything on. So yeah. Okay, so I got him dressed. His tail keeps wanting to go up because it keeps catching on like his actual waist rather than going under the pants, but that's perfectly fine. I think I can fix that later. And the ears are magnetic again. The collar is actually soft plastic too, which is really nice. It makes it easy to put on. He does have like this leash thing going on too. This part kind of scared me, to be honest, for his like his tank top, crop top type of deal, because to be honest, I don't think the fabric is actually like close off properly, so it wouldn't break over time. Also, it was stretchy material. I had to remove his head like entirely to put it on because it was super slim, but when I was stretching it over the arms, I was afraid I was gonna rip it because honestly it feels like such a thin material, but other than that, he was pretty easy to dress. His cuffs of his jacket don't even have any elastic, so he was easy to put on. His pants are a little bit baggy on this one, so they look really different. They have a nice design on them too. And for his tail actually isn't it doesn't actually have a wire. Well, it does a bit, but it doesn't really hold its shape that much up compared to the other guy, Luciano. But other than that, the design is really pretty. Like, this is on him. Yeah, so same thing as Luciano. I did the same thing for Marcelo. I just put his collar under the hair because I think it would look better like that rather than having it over the hair, because the hair is spiking a little bit upwards too. So yeah, but I think this one was like super pretty too. So yeah, I'm gonna go and open the next one. Let me just move him aside. Hopefully I don't lose all of those hands. There's so many different hands. So this one is the next one. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, this one is Federico? So yeah. Of course, the hands are about to come out too. Wait. Super, like, nicely packed, I will say, but there's so much plastic going on that, like, it's everywhere now. So far, there's no, like, big issues. The one for Marcelo, though, when I removed his head, because his hair is over his face, I think some of the dye of the hair actually stained his forehead, but you can't see it because it's actually where the hair is, which is fine, I guess. But I guess these dolls do stain easily if you have like darker colors for different parts. So yeah, so this one is Federico. Oh, his hair is super pretty too. I thought I wouldn't be super interested in like the black hair, but it's really nice. It looks black on the photos, but it kind of looks a little bit faded in terms of the colors. This guy looks a bit more like grayish and it's fading to like a lighter gray. As for the photo itself, it kind of just looks like he's, what is it? It's just black hair. So I'll show you the card. So yeah, so you can see how he looks like it's just black hair, like straight up black hair, but I like the gradients. It's really nice. It makes it a little bit like more colorful. So yeah, so I'm gonna go and put on the clothing. I don't know how long this video is gonna be because I have 2 more left, but I don't think it will take that long. So yeah. Okay, so I got Federico dressed. His arm sleeves, like the cuffs, were a bit tight for his hands, but I managed to squeeze him through. Again, I think you can always take off the hands, but I don't know how delicate the joints are, so I need to play around with that first eventually. His pants are a bit baggy, but they seem to be like they can go over his like actual shoes that he's wearing. The only thing is the snake that he has doesn't seem to always stick on well. So I don't know if I need to put something there to have it stick on, but yeah, it doesn't really stay on that well. And then he does have like these they're made of plastic beads, of course, but it's kind of like this jade bracelet that he has. And then his ears are more like white fading into black, like gray and black. Overall, this one is really pretty as well. And his tail does have the wire in it. I think it feels a bit softer though. Like the first one felt like much better than these two, like these other two, but the one on Luciano was pretty good, like the wiring and stuff. But overall, I like this one. It's just the snake doesn't really want to balance, but we'll see, like if I stand him like doing a regular like on a table, I'll double check and see if that actually works. Off of camera, of course, when I'm done. I think I have to play around with like the joints and stuff like that. But overall, like super nice design. He does have a belt that goes over his clothing, which makes it easier. You don't really have to tuck everything in because the belt will just tuck everything for you. But yeah, he does have Chinese on his leg as well. So yeah. So that's Federico. So I just gotta make sure I don't lose his jade beads. So this is the last one of the actual like full set box, and then I have like the secret one on the side so you guys can see. Is kind of a mess over here, but I'm trying to keep everything like as neat as possible so that way I don't have to like clean that much for the dolls. Okay. This last guy is Eduardo. So this one is a lighter hair one as well, same as Luciano was light hair too, but this one is like a blonde color. Oh, yes. This one is kind of cute. It has like this wavy hair. Kind of reminds me of Zenetsu, to be honest, in terms of the hair. Oh, he's so cute. It's also short like Zenetsu's too. The only difference is that it's wavy, but other than that, it kind of reminds me of him. So we got a hat this time, which is cool because the others do not have hats. This one is Eduardo, so here's his card. Super pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera and then put everything, and then you guys can see. There's so much every time I put the clothing on. I'm kind of like, the tails are quite short compared to what I thought they would be, just because the photos, a lot of the tails look pretty long. But that's okay. I think fluffy is fine, but the fluff is going everywhere though. I must say, like, it's not like the highest quality where the fluff is just sticking. It's literally like sometimes it's coming off onto my hands. So yeah, so let's go. Okay, so I got everything on. Technically, he's not supposed to be holding the cane like this. According to the picture, he just puts his hand over it. However, I thought it would be easier to just switch out his hand to something that holds it so that way he doesn't lose it at the moment. But he's supposed to actually put his hand over here. But there was no hand that actually just sets on here and then he's like actually holding it like that. So I just did this for now. He's super fancy, this one, I have to say. I love the frills. I normally am not, like, super into frills, but this one is, like, super pretty. The hat is just setting on it. It's not magnetic or anything, but it is, like, the shape of the back of his head, so it works perfectly fine. The ears are so-so, because his ears are floppy, but they're, like, very forward on this one, like where the magnets are set, so it kind of looks like this. You can kind of see that it doesn't really sit well, like you can see that they're separate pieces, but it's perfectly fine. I love the jewel on his like chest piece, and then the pants are like so fancy too, and then yeah, as you can see, the fluff is everywhere. He does also have a wire in it. It just feels very soft. I don't know why the first one felt so much better than the other ones, but I guess it's just the quality of it. But this one does have a wire though too. It just feels a little bit soft in terms of like the wiring. So yeah, their tails, I do believe you're supposed to put it like that. The tails are like between the pants and like where the Velcro is. The only problem is that I don't know, I find the Velcro very hard to like put all the way like tight, so that's why you can see this issue here, but maybe I can fix it. And one of the issues that people were talking about was the collar doesn't actually pop, like go down that well, so it keeps popping up. But that's perfectly fine. I think like it looks good enough to me in terms of that, but yeah. I love the gradient on the cane though, and yeah, the hands were, again, these were a bit tight, so I had to like push them in, but you could do it without like removing the hands, which is really nice. So yeah, so that's Eduardo. I'm gonna put him to the side. Hopefully I don't lose anything. Luckily the ears are magnetic, but they're fairly loose. Like you could totally lose them if you did like open them. There's so much plastic everywhere now. Okay. The last and final one is the secret one, supposedly, according to the website. I purchased the secret one separately, so apparently I think it's this one, but we'll see. You could technically get a set that has him, I think. It's just he's 1 in 72 chances, which is very rare, so you probably won't. Unless you buy like a whole bunch of cases. This is so pretty. This one is Michaela, and he has like the prettiest hair. Like it's super white. I do like the guy on the box though, Marcelo. He does have like a really nice gradient of black and red, but I'm always a sucker for like edgy colors like black and red together. So he actually comes with a different faceplate, which is really cute. So you could change the face. Technically speaking, the other ones used to come with different stuff too, but I think it's sold out for like the freebies and stuff. But this guy gets freebies, I guess, like extra pieces. Oh, hang on. The hair. His face is so pretty. He has one that's like a closed mouth expression, which is also nice too. I really like the guys with the long hair, so in terms of like anime style characters, so this is something that I really like. And then he does have an extra faceplate, so I might not take it out of the bag yet, but this one has a closed mouth, as I said, and then he's got his extra pieces. Don't know what this is for yet, so I will see. And then this is his card. So this is Michaela. And this is the only one that I know because it says what it is, but I think you have to look online for which type of dog breeds they are. This one is the Caucasian Shepherd, and that's all that I know. Trying to figure out what this piece is for though, because I think this is extra. Okay, I'm not too sure, but okay. So I'll go off camera and dress him because this is quite a bit, but hopefully it looks like super wonderful because this one I actually was excited about just because his outfit alone. I know it's weird because it's a priest, but I really liked it, so we'll go and see. Okay, so this character does come with a weapon, but he's super cute. The outfit was really easy to put on. He has the best sleeves, to be honest, because they are just like really wide sleeves. He is dressed like a priest. So pretty. And then I did have to put his necklace on. I actually, not to ruin the hair or anything, I took off the hair and then just put it over his head like that. It's really nice. And then this part, the scarf part, is it does have wiring on it. Don't know what it's actually called in terms of clothing, but yeah. And then it's all just one piece basically, except for that part. I could have switched the hands, but I think he holds it fine. And then here's the back. His tail is more like, what is it? It's not like fluffy. It's a little bit more like this matted fur type of texture, and it does bend like fairly nicely too. This one was like a full-on like robe basically, so you didn't have to worry about like the pants or anything. You just literally like slid the whole doll through and then just worried about these parts. These are quite puffy actually for him, the sleeves. But yeah, and then here are his boots. I love the detailing on this one. It's definitely like super pretty. For a secret, I think it's pretty worth it. But I like how Kika Goods sold it separately. You can definitely find people who are selling them separately too, but yeah. Overall, it was fairly priced on their website, so that's why I thought buying from them would be nice. Depending on where you go to, like, there's a lot of AliExpress vendors that are selling these, and they do sell them separately, but just be aware of the prices. Like, shop around first, because apparently some people sell him for like $80 or so, but for this one it was only 33 on his own, 33 USD on his own. But yeah, overall, like, they're really nice. Just get everyone together. Let me just put them all together and you guys can see them together. But I think the set together is really pretty. Sorry, I don't have like an actual table right now, so we're just gonna do this. But I really want to test like how well they stand, because honestly I'm not too sure, but they might actually stand fairly well on their own. I hope I don't lose any pieces though, because they're really small. Okay, so here they all are together. They seem to be stable, so I'll see if they work with like without a stand, but I think because they're dolls, they might need some sort of acrylic stand or something to hold them up. But because of their height and like their proportions, they might be able to stand up better. I know if you get like the chibi looking ones for the BJD dolls, not the MJDs, because MJDs. But overall, I know if you get like the chibi ones, the heads are too big and then they end up falling over, so you do have to get a stand. So I'm curious to see how these ones work. But overall, I really love like the aesthetic and stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, this was a lot. Hopefully, I don't know how long this video is gonna turn out once I like do all the editing and stuff, but we'll see. For the other ones, I might just put like certain things on them, but overall, they're pretty nice with like all the clothing and accessories. And I like how they each come with like multiple hands, so you can change them out too, which reminds me of like actual action figures that I have. But these do feel like doll quality in terms of the plastic. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.